Hi, Muscle Man Phil here. Well, I got a little short one for you. This is just a little quickie. Wanted to get something on. I don't want you people to think I died and gone to heaven. I ain't done that yet. I'm getting close. So here's a little shorty on when you're finished putting your bus back together and you're getting your fuel lines hooked up. Here's a little something I like to do. So sit back and relax and enjoy this quickie. When you're getting to the point where your engine work is finally completed and you're putting everything back together, then I want to suggest a fuel line check valve. Find your fuel line where it comes from the filters, back in here where it comes from the bottom of the filters. Put a fresh fuel line from that point. Make up a new fuel line. Bring it up around, and here at the manifold, at the fuel rail, install one of these fuel line check valves. The purpose of this is to keep fuel from running back by gravity, back through the filters and back into the fuel tank, leaving this whole area here, including the final filter, empty. So you're going to be cranking the engine. Observe the direction. The male end is the output from the check valve. You may be able to see the little arrows. I aimed this so it would be up, but I'm not sure if you can see the arrows or not. Anyway, keep the fittings as simple as you can. Into the new fuel line, which comes from the final filter, the top of the two filters. It's a secondary filter. The bottom one is the primary filter. Fuel comes from the tank into the primary filter, goes to the fuel pump, back to the secondary filter, and out into the fuel rail on the engine. This is called the fuel rail. On this engine, the upper casting is the fuel to the injectors. The fuel from the injectors comes out the lower casting or the lower fuel rail, which you will see returns to the fuel tank. So that keeps fuel up in the injectors. So when you hit the starter, this happens. Fuel is always up in the injectors, ready to fire as soon as the starter cranks. See that? See how nice that starts? That's what you want. So that's the purpose of installing a fuel line filter. These are available in both GM numbers and MCI numbers. I should have that number. It was on here, but I rubbed it off installing it. My bad. I should be more careful about having numbers ready for you guys. That's it. Okay, the last thing I said was the fuel filter. It's the fuel check valve. And I went over to C&J, and here's the MCI part number. 9A-5-3. That's 1/4 inch NPT. The male end is the output. The female end is the fuel line into the check valve. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And we'll talk about this and that, and we'll see what comes up. Leave some comments, ask some questions, do what you like. I love to hear back from you. And I thank you all for watching me perform these stunts. Bye.